Hello YouTube. I quite often get questions about my shower. Just remove that tea bag from the sink. So I'm going to show you exactly how I set my shower up. So crucial element is this. This is a jiggle siphon, and it's basically got a glass ball in there, and you attach that and you jiggle it and it siphons. So let me show you. So I use these 10-litre containers of water. Just going to change the lens. That is better. Right, now I always put these onto the hob because I never put them on my chopping board or on my worktop, because these are taken outside and put on the ground in all kind of places, and I think any bacteria or dirt that's underneath gets then onto the hob and can be burnt away, and it doesn't cause any problem. So I'm not a clean freak by any means. I just think good hygiene is worth a little bit of effort, really. So here we go. So you put the jiggle end into the water, and then whoops, there's still a bit of water in that, and then you take the other end into the shower, and I have this garden sprayer, as you probably know if you've seen my shower system before. And so what I do now, it's hard while I'm holding the camera, I'm sure I can manage it. So I'll put that end into there, and I normally hold it while I do this bit, but I can't do that and talk to you. So then you jiggle the siphon, right, and there we go. Now it's pouring into the container. Right, so now what I do next, I put my finger over the end of that so that I can fill the kettle. Now bear with me one moment, I need to take the lid off the kettle. So I've got the lid off the kettle. Normally I'd hold this, but I can't hold the camera and do it at the same time, and then I take my finger back off the end of the pipe, and you probably can't see very well, but there we go. Now that's nearly full. I put my finger back onto the pipe, and then I continue to fill the garden sprayer. So with the garden sprayer filled up to about 4 litres there, with the pipe still in it, I go back to the end that was siphoning, and I take this out and I tip it up and hold it that way and lift it so that all the water that's left in the pipe runs straight into the garden sprayer. Again, it's very difficult to do while you're holding a mobile phone at the same time, but there you go. You can just hear a bit of water running out, and then that's it. That saves putting water all over the floor. And then we can now remove the 10-litre container. There's a little bit of water left there. Just put that out of the way. And then I've got my kettle, and I put the kettle on now and boil it for about, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. Probably about 2 litres of water in there to go into the 4 litres or so in the garden sprayer. So I'll do that now. So there we go. I've coiled the siphon hose back up and the gas is on. So now we just wait for the water to boil, and I will get back to you shortly. So while the water's boiling, I remove my mat and get my shower ready. I move my towel and I put that into this locker here so that stays dry while I'm in the shower. And I use this black polythene to cover the toilet up. It just saves getting too much water into the toilet. So there we go. It's not like the prettiest shower now. It's been in use for quite a while. It could do with a clean, well, not clean, you know, it could do with a refresh. There's bits of paint come off the well, it's not paint because it's fiberglass. It's a gel coat, so it looks like paint when you paint it on, but it is actually part of the fiberglass process. I feel that I might have overfilled with cold, so I might just get rid of some of that while the kettle's boiling. Whoops, I will have to put the toilet roll in this little locker as well. Oops. Knocking everything over, so I'll just, again, it's really difficult with one hand, so I'll just pause. So I just pump this a couple of times and I'll let the water go. Just want to go down to 4 litres really. Normally it'd be fine, but trying to film it at the same time makes it incredibly awkward. So that'll do. And then I've got to open it again because I need to put the hot in a moment. So. Yeah, we're not far off boiling. Okay, the kettle's just boiled. It took about 15 minutes, so it's not incredibly slow, is it? It's not instant, but it's not that slow. Now this is the most dangerous bit, where you've got to now put the boiling water into here. So you just have to be careful. I mean, it's probably not great for some people, but if you're careful, should be fine. Now I think I put too much water in the kettle as well, so what I tend to do now is when I think it's full enough with hot, I will test it. So we have a shower now ready to go. If you're wondering why I filled the container first and then the kettle in the middle and then finished in the container, that's because when I filled the kettle last on a couple of occasions, when I emptied the contents of what was remaining in the water that was remaining in the pipe, I overflowed the kettle and dripped water over the floor. So by starting it in here, putting my finger on the end of the pipe, then filling the kettle and putting my finger on the pipe to stop it when the kettle's full enough, and then going back to here and then putting the surplus water from the pipe into here, you don't end up with a mess on the floor. So that's just the way it's worked better for me, so that's the way I do it. So next is to put this in, tighten it up, give it a few pumps, and yeah, you can't pump you can't pump it much while it's full because I've overfilled it. Look, you're not meant to do that, so really I should have put less water in, but I do always tend to overfill it. And you just don't, in the instructions it says something like pump it 20 times, but if you did that with this much water in, you'd probably explode, split the container. So I just use a bit of common sense, pump it enough to get enough water. There you go, got a nice flow of water there, and then when it slows down I just pump it a bit more, and that way you end up with a nice warm shower. And it's quite low tech. The way my shower works, it's all very low tech. Yep, it would definitely be easier with a built-in shower with a water tank and you just turn a tap on, but really for the amount of faff, which I don't really think it's too much faff, I'm quite happy doing this. And if it goes wrong, I can just buy another garden sprayer. I save water, I save gas because I'm not boiling a whole tank of water, I'm just boiling what I need, and it works for me. So I'm going to get a shower now. So that's the shower done. Simple and effective, and when it does that, you run out. again. Now, you may or you may not be aware of the fact that my job is as a composer and an audio producer. So I'm self-employed and I spend most of my time creating and editing music. It is a competitive industry, so I have to keep busy. If you would like 5 free tracks, completely free, the link is below in the description. Please go and grab those. And also, if you'd have a listen to some of the other music, and if you think you could use it in your videos or your productions, and you'd like to support me as an independent composer, that will be fantastic. The prices are reasonable for personal use and YouTube use, and the prices go all the way up to more costly fees for businesses and advertisers. But if you're on a budget as well, you can get in touch with me and I'll see what I can do. Check the links below to get your free tracks, and have a listen to my other tracks if you would. Brilliant, thank you.